Number one, greet them with honesty. They'll understand. But we'll get back to that in just a minute. Hello all, students, staff, trustees, faculty, friends, family, art fans everywhere, and everyone else. We have good news, and we have bad news, and we have good news. The good news is that we read a book a few years ago by Daniel Pink in which he claimed that the MFA was the new MBA. The bad news is that we suspect that he is wrong. But the good news is that we're pretty sure that all of this is still very much worth everything that you've invested in it. What we've all earned here is a passport to the entire world. An autobiographical blueprint that we all own. Here's a piece of ours, and we think that it probably says a lot about yours. Number one, greet them with honesty. They will understand. Number two, funny is usually good. In fact, it's always good. Zen Buddhists have known that for a very long time. Number six, the object isn't always the objective, but sometimes it is. The good objects are a manifestation of the source of something. Number 11, making sense is played out, and surrealism probably doesn't even exist anymore. Just look at the world around you and try to tell us that either of those statements isn't true. There isn't any counterpart anywhere to how screwed up the world is and how fun that can actually be. Number 17. Not being an asshole is extremely important. Number 20, caveat emptor. Shout out big time to all you graduating Masters of Arts, the MAs. That pink book, good news, good news intro that I gave had an F for middle name, but this speech speaks for all M's and A's of all flavors. Enjoy it. Enjoy all of this. And a high five to all the post-baccalaureates as well. My apologies. We couldn't come up with any witty acronyms or rhyming anything with post-baccalaureate. That is impossible to rhyme on. Congratulations. Number 23. Doing something always leads to doing something. Doing nothing always leads to doing nothing. Number 24. Chaos is great. It's how the entire world works. Chaos has its own crazy order and logic. The Lorentz theory, also known as the butterfly effect, is based in chaos theory. It was developed by a guy whose last name was Lawrence. And basically it showed that a variation in a mathematical equation as seemingly small and impactless as the flutter of a butterfly's wings in Brazil can actually cause a weather transformation so severe as to cause a tornado in the state of Texas. Lorenz originally used the metaphor of a seagull's wings, but he changed it to the more poetic butterfly. Number 26, lighting a fart on fire is always funny. Number 27, there's a lot we'd like to say about knowledge and how important it is or isn't to art making. Number 28. Loose ends are liberating. Number 31. Uniqueness is important. In fact, if you are you, and you are, it is everything. Uniqueness in itself is, of course, not unique at all, but it is precious. It should be celebrated as often and as loud as possible. These celebrations make the world an interesting, wonderful place. And if that sounds airy-fairy, who cares? Number 39. Hey, Poppy Maybell, it's Daddy. Check it out. And Uncle Eric. Number 45. The streets are full of tears, and that means Clarence on the bass. Clarence is actually laying down some really mean slide guitar, and the sky is crying. Number 48. Hubris. Number 51. There's a saying that goes something like, take one step towards Allah, and Allah takes a two-step towards you. Work thrives on trust and faith. Number 63. The Blue Angels are worth every single penny of taxpayer dollars. Anyone who doesn't believe that is not someone who has sat on this very spot, right here, with a best friend and two pretty girls, and watched those cats buzz Coit Tower with a howling, arcing turn not 50 feet from the top of the tower, and then rip through hundreds of cubic miles of three-dimensional atmospheric space in seconds with a power and grace that makes birds seem clumsy and self-conscious. Those pilots are the most talented human beings on Earth. Uber beings on the physical and mental level of the very best 6 physicists in the entire world. Operating machines that are the absolute pinnacle of modern engineering. The only thing on the planet that even potentially rivals these guys is the Black Panther. Number 63A. Being in a band is really, really, really fun. We highly recommend it to everyone here. Number 64. Yin Yang. I'd love to talk a lot about this because it's really all there is to talk about. And it's also the most important thing that we've brought to the table today. But there is no time right now. Pull me aside later if you are actually interested. Number 66. This is the MFA and the M&A. Not the MBA, not the NBA, not the YBA. Celebrate this gift of absolute freedom. Because in the arts, and only the arts, there are no footnotes required. What we do is stand here and give a speech on anything we want to. A detailed lecture on the history of the city of Redwood City. I don't have the 40 to 50 minutes that would require that right now. But if I really, really felt strongly about that, I could try, and I would. We do all of the social sciences. We do pre-med. We do post-med. We can work as an electrician for a year or litigate a divorce trial. This is economic geography, counseling, infomercials, chemistry. This is playing the baritone saxophone for the very first time and doing it in front of 1,000 people live. Singing the best damn John Denver cover you can. I can fly with the ocean. I can walk with the gardens. You are my sunshine. Come smile with me. alchemy. We do alchemy. We present our own singular concoctions, our inimitable thoughts to the world about the hows, whys, and whats of a totally yin-yang, deliciously fucked up, wonderfully indifferent universe. And we paint a picture of our personal place in the dead center of it all. Number 69. Someday, we're all going to be gone, and people will be looking and listening. And they will either be conjuring us up or they will not. In order for them to really see and hear what's there, we have to put something of ourselves in it. Number 70. We don't know if life is short is the oldest cliche in the book, but we're pretty sure that someday it will be. Congratulations, everyone. Enjoy everything. Viva Muistardeaux. Viva yourselves. As often and as loud as you can. Take care, be well, light lots of fires, and always safe journeys. Eric Gibbons on fretless bass, ladies and gentlemen. Eric Gibbons on fretless bass. Thank you very much.